Do you remember that I told you that I was done with the floor in my last renovation video? Well, that turned out to be a bit of a lie, without me knowing it at the time, of course. Because I thought I was done with this floor, with the sanding at least, and then I was only gonna put on some oil. So we went to Denmark, had a bit of vacation, me and Christine, and then when I came back, was so prepared to just finish it up with the oil and then be completely done. But when I got back, looked at the floor again, as the perfectionist I am, I realized I can do way better. So I've spent another 4 days with this tiny little sanding machine, and I have completely lost feeling in my hand because of all the vibrations in the machine. But now the floors are up to my perfect standards. So now we're finally gonna start oiling it. I could already tell that this is going to be a very, very, very long evening or night, because it's past 8 o'clock in the evening and I'm now getting started. So, but for those who know me personally, know that this is not something to be surprised over. I am a late worker and a time optimist, so to me this is right on schedule. So. So this is the progress after about 2 hours. I thought I would have come a bit longer. You know, I'm only up there right now and I have this left. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting night. And I also realized I really screwed up because I need the air pump, this one, air heating pump, to run through the night so this can dry up a bit quicker. But now I've done all of the planks, yeah, as you can see here, but the controller to the pump is there and I can't reach it. But the problem right now is not the floor. It's when you're sharing your life with these guys. Hey Nala, do you want to get inside? You can't. This is also a fun thing about owning Huskies. Kom, ska jag sitta? Kom, ska jag sitta. So this is just a constant thing to keep after. The funny thing is that this is after shedding season. So the most of it is already gone. So this little chunk right here was from like 45 seconds of cleaning her up. But the good thing is that we never throw this away. We actually place it near where the birds are getting their food. And they collect it themselves and they build a nest out of this. So sometimes when we go into the bird's nest after season, I can see they've collected so much of these hairs from the Huskies that it's very well insulating and it's clean and it's just apparently the best building material. So now I'll let the girls inside, but I put a barrier here just to keep them from going in here and getting their paws completely covered in oil. Hey baby. Yeah. I know baby. Yeah. But I need to finish the floor. Is Tuss coming as well? Tussen? I hear you. Tuss? Hey, sweetie. I'm now done with the first layer. Like everything else, it took way longer than I could ever expected. It was actually a few days. Do you know why? Because I used this, the tiniest little brush on the planet, because I was too lazy to go into town to buy a bigger one. It worked, but it took way longer than it needed to. So now I've let this dry a bit, and I've also headed into town and given up on brushes. I actually bought a roller. I hope it's gonna work and not look terrible. Otherwise we're gonna go back to the small pencils again. But yeah, wish me luck. I think this might be working actually. Quite well. It's so hard to see. I need a better lamp. Now I am completely done with the floor. So yay! But also I made the very rookie mistake of literally painting myself into a corner. You know, the floor is done as I said, but the exit, our door, is that way. And I'm here in the kitchen. So I think the only way out actually, you know, this is where I'm sitting and working. Isn't it cozy? I think the only way out is this way. And as a even... Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have any shoes. Shit. Okay. Barefoot it is. This is why you should do renovation projects in the summer. Okay, that's some kind of metal. Can you see how deep this is? This is my thigh right here. It's so insanely sharp. It's so much ice in the snow. This is very, very hurtful. Oh. Whew. Made it. Hey Nala. Hey baby. Hey scared. Hey scared. It's now been about 24 hours since I left it to dry, and look! It looks so good. It looks so pretty. But now we're getting to the best part, actually moving the furniture and everything back, because I'm so insanely sick of having all this junk in the hallway, sitting and working in the kitchen. I can't move anywhere. how to break your back in 3 simple steps. By the way, can you see this? I don't know if you understand how amazing this is. The sun is now actually reaching the cabin for the first time in months. Look! Okay, wait, there. Starting to get the room together, still missing the table. Let's see if the girls are ready to check this out. Okay, you were very ready. Hey, sweetie. Are you impressed? Is it life-changing? Okay, you can't tell any difference at all. I worked really hard on this. I don't know how to fix this. It's too heavy. I can't move it. Oh shit, it's so heavy. Okay, how do we do this? We do... No. Should it be on the outside? Yeah, it should. Oh! Oh! Okay, that did not work. I thought that while we're waiting for some backup with the table, I'm gonna get some dad points and open these things that we just got delivered. Baby seat for the baby. Baby seat for the baby. No shit. Baby seat for the car. That's what I want to say. Maybe I should install this right away actually, because he's gonna be here any second, so. Okay, let's see here. And then this one falls down. Let's see. No, okay, it was not that easy. Is the whole thing mounted this way, maybe? Okay, then the front seat needs to be further up. Okay, that was it. Oh, that's so annoying. And then you press this one, and then you can rotate it. Very convenient. Here we have it, installed and ready. And I also put up the little mirror right there. I know that a baby seat is not something new or unique in any way, but for me it's new to what it's representing as well, because now we're getting so close, and getting the baby seat in, it's representing so much that he's almost here. I'm so excited about it, but I'm also terrified what this new period is gonna look for us. We have no idea. We're both very excited, but I'm just rambling, but I feel like whenever you don't know how something is gonna feel or be, that's when you're the most nervous. But I think we're gonna be okay when he's here. But when you don't know how it's going to be, that's what makes you nervous. You're basically more afraid of say when you're going skydiving, you're more afraid leading up to the actual skydive. But jumping out is not the hard part, it's the scary part leading up to it. So I'm trying to convince myself to stay calm. But this baby seat made it very real for some reason. So now we're having a flying session with Andreas. I came to help with fixing the table. So expectations for the flights?
Trying not to crash.
Famous last words. So my friend Andreas was just here helping me with the table. As you saw, I couldn't put it together myself. So now all the big and practical things are in place, but now it's time to make this place cozy again, because Christine is going to be here any second. So I'd like it to look as cozy as possible. I actually bought a completely new rug that we're going to start with. It's a bit sad, to be honest, to work so hard on the floor and then cover it up with a rug. But it's gonna increase the coziness in here a lot, I think. And especially when you're sitting at the table, to have something under your feet that's gonna feel, warm and cozy. And I know this carpet is gonna be clean for a few weeks at least, and then the baby comes and our son is gonna throw food all over it. So I'm gonna enjoy it a lot now in the beginning, and then I just have to accept its fate. And for those of you wondering, this is a 100% wool mat. It's quite thick actually. Very nice and cozy. It looks like this on the pattern. Just as a quick reminder, this is what the floor looked like before I started sanding it. And this is what it looks like today. While we're on the topic of new things, I would like to show you something I actually got yesterday. I drove quite a while and I found it secondhand. Check this out. Ta-da! Do I look like a dad now? Like a, what do you call it? A latte dad, you know? Going around with his coffee and his kid. Yeah, I found it online secondhand. Way cheaper than a new one. And it's insane to me that people buy new ones. If they have the money for it, sure. But yeah, this one looks brand new, super fresh. Got it from a girl that lives about 1.5 hours away from here. So yeah, very, very happy about it. And it was the last big thing I needed to buy before he's here. So now I can finally check that off. I've been stressing. No, I haven't been stressing. Christine has been stressing over that I haven't bought it yet. So now it's finally done and I think we're ready. Before I show you the next renovation we're gonna do here in the cabin, which is actually in the kitchen, I thought we would drive over to Christine and check in on her. Because even though you see me on screen doing all this renovation, fixing stuff and so on, she's the one doing all the heavy lifting. She have had a really hard and tough time during this pregnancy, but she's so incredibly strong. She doesn't understand it herself, I think, how strong she actually is, because this has been a very challenging pregnancy. And I'm very proud of her, what she's been doing. But yeah, she's doing amazing. Really, really amazing. And she's gonna be the best mom ever. Varsågod. Varsågod. Varsågod.
I'm sorry. It's such a serious project.
It needs to be exact.
Yeah, I know.
You would have literally just taken this and...
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, it's okay. Here.
Oh, it's so cute.
And we want this, like the lowest part to be 20 centimeters, right?
I think so. But that's very low.
Yeah, but this is his sight range in the beginning.
Okay, maybe a bit higher.
Degree. Like that, maybe?
Yeah, that seems quite natural, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna put...
Now, what do you think, Nala? Nala is coming with her
expertise
as well.
And this is your baby too.
Yeah. This is your little brother. Yeah.
So...
I think that looks good.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Oh. We're gonna have a baby.
What is happening?
I can actually put the ice cream on my stomach now. I don't know. I've just been waiting for this moment. I'm so happy.
Now I have arrived to Sollefteå, standing outside the hospital. Very grey and snowy today, but I'm here to go to a 2-hour education actually as a new parent. Me and Christine was here 2 weeks ago, and then it was everything from getting to know that we were pregnant up until the point of like giving birth, basically. And today's education is gonna be about what happens after birth. So I'm thinking we're gonna do like diaper changes today, gonna learn about breastfeeding. This was one of the things I learned today, that this is the amount of breast milk the baby needs in the first 24 hours. And this is on day 3. So the amount is so tiny when you think about it, because their stomachs are so incredibly small. And then we got into diaper changing, and yeah, quite tricky, but I think it's gonna be even more trickier when the baby is alive and not a doll. Back from the education, and that was over 2 hours, actually 2.5. Quite tired because it's so much new information to take in as a first parent. I think it's a lot of new information if you've had several kids as well. But I think it's so amazing that we get to have these physical meetups, not just get a link and sit on a screen and watch the information, but we actually got to meet the midwives. We were a group of 4 people this time, so a very small and intimate group, which was perfect because then you can talk a bit more personal, I feel like. So we talked about everything from breastfeeding to what you think about few weeks after giving birth, a few weeks before, the whole spectrum, changing diapers. But yeah, the whole information part is really, really good, and it's very informational, it's very helpful, and you feel way safer after listening to all of this information. But I have to say that the best thing about these meetups is to meet the other parents, because you get to see, there was one woman that had 4 kids already, one woman that had 1 kid before, and like us and me and Christine, was one woman that was going to have her first kid as well. So it's a good mix, and it was a very open and very friendly group. So that was the second time we met. Christina was with me the first time, but she felt too bad today. She had a lot of back pain and felt a lot of nausea. So I represented the family today alone. So I'm going to try to memorize everything I learned today to tell her when I get back home. So thank you to the midwives, Hanna and Ulrika, that we had today. You're very friendly and very good at your job. So thank you. When you decide to live like we do, with no running water and no bathroom, everything gets a tiny bit more complicated. And I think it's a lot of small details that people mostly don't think about. They think, oh, no shower, oh, no toilet or something. But there's also stuff like this that needs to be done outside. I'm sorry, but how amazing is this? Oh, it's so nice to hear the birds again. Before I start working on the kitchen, we have to address the elephant in the room or the kitchen. This has been bugging me for 5 years, but I've never done anything about it. It's actually, there was a bit of a pantry here before, like custom made into this spot. So they cut a hole in the ceiling and just removed these beautiful planks. Or maybe not just put it in, I can't remember. But now we're gonna fill these in and make the whole ceiling complete, so we can later paint it. I found these nails in one of the cabins outside. I think there are actually the original nails that the previous owners or previous builders left here, because these kind of nails are not made today. Every one of them are handmade. So this is how it turned out. Not exactly perfect, but as good as I could get it myself, at least. The tricky part when building an old house like this is everything is just so crooked and narrow and uneven, so it's really hard to get it perfect. You just have to make it as good as you absolutely can, and then give up. One thing I learned the hard way when I painted the ceiling in the living room was that painting with a small brush takes forever. So I'm gonna take a bit of a shortcut this time here in the kitchen. So I bought another roller, like these ones, just for the first layer of the ceiling, because I actually don't need to use the brush the first layer. I want the finished looks of a brush on the second layer, and that's not gonna be visible from underneath on the first layer, so I just might as well just use the roller on the first layer and then get it done way more quickly, and then I can paint all the details with the brush tomorrow, I guess then. This is how it turned out, our kitchen makeover. And to be completely honest, this is actually just one layer so far. So I'm putting another layer on after this. I just haven't had the time yet. You can see the lamps are just laying on top of the fridge. They're supposed to sit right up there. But I'll do the next layer in the coming days. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like right now. I think it turned out really fresh. It's way lighter, it's way brighter, it just feels, yeah, fresh. I've mentioned it before, but now it's actually becoming a reality. In this area right here, we're drilling a well, so we can get clean drinking water all year around. Right now, we're taking all of our water from the pond, but every year, at the end of summer, it dries out, which leaves us with no water at all for several weeks. So we want to have something more reliable now when we're becoming a family. We've been asked many times before why we haven't started a crowdfunding campaign for the projects here at the cabin. And the real reason is because we haven't really found a specific and good enough project to do crowdfunding with. But drilling a well and building a little pump house feels like the perfect project for a crowdfunding campaign. So I have contacted a drilling company and a carpenter and asked for some price options, and we have started a GoFundMe campaign. You can find the link down below in the description. If you want to contribute, there is no pressure at all to give a lot, because the whole idea with crowdfunding is that a lot of people come together and give little, adding up to something significant in the end. I really believe in the concept of crowdfunding myself, and that a community can come together and help each other. For instance, I supported a filmmaker last year. He's called Danny Gevertz. He asked for funding when he wanted to do his first featured film, and he realized that dream. And that wouldn't have been possible without crowdfunding for his part. And I also support people on the Patreon as well. Now, I want to be transparent with you. Yes, we do receive an income from YouTube, but crowdfunding support will help us accelerate this project in ways we couldn't do on our own. So if you're able to contribute or even share the campaign with your friends and family, we will be incredibly grateful. Thank you for even considering, and thank you for watching this video. Next time I'm talking to you guys, our son might be here, or he's almost guaranteed to be here. Until then, take care, and we'll talk very soon again. Bye.